Hello and welcome to the channel. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to stay at Raccoon campsite on High Lake in Sylvania Wilderness? Well, stay tuned because that's what we're doing today. As you can see, we just took off from the Crooked Lake boat launch and we're headed out to Raccoon campsite for an overnight, just one night. It's all I could fit in at this time, but should be fun. It's a nice warm day. It's in the I made it over the portage. When I got to the portage, there was like 8 boats all stacked up on shore, and several of them were blocking the portage, which made it somewhat difficult to get my stuff all up on land and get the boat on top of me and all that. So, but hey, we're here. And it's just a quick paddle now down about almost half the lake over to the campsite. I'll be there shortly and we'll get out and show you around. I was really hoping that there was going to be more color out here. There is a ton of color out in the woods in general, but so far in Sylvania, not a whole lot. Crooked had a lot of wind on it. So I didn't do a ton of shooting or talking because the wind was just blowing. But that's okay. Here we are coming into Raccoon campsite. Okay, before we get settled, let's take you on a quick tour of the campsite. Don't be confused by this first fire pit. This is not the campsite. It's an old fire pit that the Forest Service told me that they're taking out. Wow, this is gonna be like one of the longest walks to the toilet I've seen at one of these sites. Oh, there it is. I was really kind of hoping that I'd be camping in kind of a fall wonderland. I guess not. And then this could be a bit of a problem. Right over the fire. Well, let's go get the gear up here and get them packed. So I use a Gravity Works filter system. It's like platypus. I have 2 bags. One says dirty, one says clean. This is for your clean water. I am not going to use the clean one because I have an MSR dromedary here. I will be using that. But it just plugs in quick to this. And I just put this cap on it and screw the cap to my dromedary. And the nice thing is this piece right here protects it, so you just screw that onto there. Throw that in the bag. It's easier to screw this on first. Get that screwed on, and then you plug that in. Now I also use this collapsible bucket in order to scoop up water out of the lake. You can use the bag itself, but sometimes that's a pain in the butt. And the other thing is you can let it start filtering while you're getting water. So I'm gonna let that filter down and head back to camp and start setting some stuff up, and we'll have to get some firewood collected and think about dinner. It's 3:45 now. I think sunset's sometime after 6:30, so yeah, let's go get those other jobs done. Let's look for a good place to set up. Let's see if I can get this to work. I think that's perfect. Let's see if it'll work a second time. Perfect. Okay, it's time to get water and then make dinner. So let's do it. So it kind of seems like we're losing light kind of fast. Got a little over an hour before the sun sets. So I ran around and did a bunch of stuff. I got firewood cut and I got a fire going. I went and grabbed the water that we were filtering earlier and packed up the water filter and all that. I have 4 liters. That should be enough for get me through dinner tonight. Any drinking water beyond that. Water for putting out the fire and water for a coffee and breakfast in the morning. I also put the bear bag rope up in the tree and got that all set. I was worried about it getting a little too dark for that, Hopefully there'll still be enough light when it's time to put that up, and I will show you how I do that. So let's get dinner made and eaten, and that way we can get the bear bag put up. Okay, so I've got everything that potentially smells loaded up, and we're gonna go for a walk here out of camp and show you how I hang my bear bag. So I have 2 ropes here. The first one goes up over a branch, and then it has a pulley on it, and it comes back down. It's tied to the first tree. And then this is where I hook my bear bag on to the second rope. It goes up through the pulley, and then I got it down over here. And so that should be good for the night. So let's go back to camp and sit and enjoy the fire. It's time to call it a night. Probably get up early, get breakfast made. See you in the morning. So this is the Mountain House scrambled eggs with ham and peppers, and so far it's pretty good. These 2 squirrels over here that are doing nothing but chasing each other up the tree and down the tree and up the tree and down the tree, round and round and round. It's just a noisy neighborhood here. Even though Raccoon isn't a double site, and there's one other site on this lake, I could definitely hear the folks over there yesterday evening. It wasn't bad, just, you know, I could hear talking every now and again. I don't even know if that other site is a whole quarter mile away. It's on the same side of the lake, just across kind of a bay from where I'm at. Just got a few more things to get packed up in here. I need to finish off this coffee and rinse it out, dump out the water, and yeah, and then we should be pretty close to ready to go. Almost everything's down. Just gotta hike everything down to the point and get the canoe in the water, and we'll be off. Raccoon 2, headed out in High Lake. Just got off the portage from High Lake to Crooked Lake. So tell me this, what is your favorite part about portaging and your least favorite part about portaging? My favorite part is probably the fact that you get to, you don't have to get out of the boat an extra time to use the bathroom. So it's a good time to do that. Just make sure you're going a ways off the portage trail. And at least 200 feet from the water. And probably my least favorite is walking, having to walk in wet shoes. So I just want to take this time, if you're considering trying to support our channel, we're young, we don't have a ton of subscribers yet, and and so it's going to be a while before we can potentially monetize the channel. So you can support us in another way. You can buy us a cup of coffee, or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. I'll also put a link for that down in the description of this video. And thanks for any support you give us. I've only seen one loon since I've been out here. I'm guessing by now all the adult loons have already headed south. I haven't checked on the fact myself, but been told that the juveniles stick around almost until ice starts forming on the lakes. Gotta say, I'm a bit disappointed in the fall colors. I thought there'd be a much better display. You can see a little bit like behind me here, but not as good as I was expecting. I guess it's a busy day at the boat launch. There is 5 or 6 canoes, not including my own. So I just want to say thanks for coming along on another Hemlocks and Loons adventure. And until next time, we'll see ya. Wow, you're still here? Thanks for sticking around to the very, very end. And maybe if you stayed this long, maybe you'd think about subscribing and giving us a like on this video. Otherwise, thanks a ton. See ya.